predictability. The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows your tune. Then a little voice inside you whisper, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, God is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
Hey GSM, it's Brennan and Kevin, and we're coming to you to kind of close up our Baton series, our senior series. But tonight, seniors, we're going to recognize you, but also understand that this message is for everyone. It's for everyone, but at the same time, it's not about any of us. It's about Jesus and who he's created us to be, who we're becoming, how we're connecting with one another, and kingdom working, right? Our three ING words that we kind of latch onto here at GSM. And so we're excited to kind of dive in with you tonight on what Jesus is calling us to. Like, some of this stuff can be scary. Some of this stuff we've never done before. But what is God really calling us to, and what are we doing about it?
Yeah, absolutely. And so what we want to do is kind of give you just a few thoughts for you to hold on to, a few tips or advice, maybe, if you want to put it that way, but just some thoughts for you guys as you guys are transitioning and things are changing. We want to give you some of our thoughts to you as we kind of move into this time. And so the first one is just that. You talked about it a little bit even already, is, hey, things may be changing. Things are changing in your life. Right now, you're in a season of transition, a season of change. There's not a whole lot that's going to look all that normal for maybe the next few months, right? And you're transitioning from a place of safety, somewhere you know, high school, the halls that you know, the locker that you've had, the locker combination you've had for all these years, all that kind of stuff is changing, right? Things are changing. They may be changing, but what we want you to know is that you're not alone. Okay, a lot of times when we talk about change and change happening, we get the idea that we're in this alone. We're in this on our own. Like when things change, nothing makes sense, nothing's normal, so we must be walking through it on our own. But we want to remind you that there are people here, there are people in your life that love you, care about you, and are walking alongside of you. You got family, the family that has brought you to this point. Friends who are in your life and are going to continue to be in your life way past high school years. Right? You've got loved ones and adults who've poured into you, who are going to walk alongside of you. It's an amazing opportunity to come and see all the people who've been in your life, but also who are the people that are going to continue to walk along with you. And more importantly than that, you're never alone, because we serve a God who's fighting for us, right? Who goes before us. And all the changes and all the things that are changing and happening, he is in the midst of it. He understands it. He knows what's happening before we do. And it's really cool. And so I want to read you a passage, just a short verse here in Zephaniah 3:17. And in Zephaniah it says this: "The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing." The Lord your God is with you. That the mighty warrior is with you in the midst of the changing, in the midst of all the things that are happening, the non-normalcy, right? God is with you, and you're not alone.
That's good. And that reinforces what we're about here at GSM, right? Like, no one sits alone. Like, the whole idea of you guys always pulling up a chair with someone else. And the second point that we want you to know tonight is that this will always be home, right? Like, GSM will always be home to you guys. Great Missionary Church will always be home. No matter where you go, where God calls you, people are always going to ask, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? What church did you go to? Whether that's good, bad, or ugly, like, this is home. This will always be home. And so when you guys come back from college, or you come back from the military, you come back from whatever you are being called to next, know that you have a place here. Brendan and I and the staff here at Grable, the small group leaders, we are trying our best to create a safe place for you every week, week in and week out. And so that's our hope, that you guys feel comfortable to come back. I hope that you come and bother us and hang out with us in our office, that you want to come and grab a cup of coffee between semesters, break time, or whatever it is, just to come say hi. Tell us all the cool things that God is doing in your life, to know that this place is always home. It's a safe place for you to be loved, to belong, and to know that you are connected here at GMC.
Yeah, I love that picture. The same idea that you're leaving your house. A lot of you are leaving your home, your literal homes, and going to a college or going to a dorm room. But you always know that your parents are there and they're ready for you. They're probably wanting you to come back.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
More than maybe you're wanting to, but you're always welcome home. And in the same way, here at GMC and in GSM, you're always welcome back.
Yeah.
You're going away, but you're never not a part of this family. And so we're so thankful for that opportunity. And the next thing is one opportunity that we want to challenge you with, maybe, and a tip or a piece of advice that we want to give you is take time to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I think we struggle with a lot even as younger people, as high schoolers, middle schoolers, we're not very good at remembering to thank those in our life. And I think that's just normal. I think that is part of who we are. But we want to challenge you to stop, take some time in the midst of this changing, in the midst of this moving from one season to another. Take time to take inventory. Who are the people in your life who have gotten you to where you are today? Who are the people that have made you the person that you are? Good, bad, indifferent, whatever it might be. Take some time to think about those people and intentionally thank and give credit to and give honor to those people. You wouldn't be who you are right now as you're watching this without certain people in your life. It could be parents. It should be parents. It will be parents in a lot of your situations. It will be friends. It'll be church. Maybe the church that you grew up in, the church that you give a lot of credit to for your spiritual upbringing. Maybe the leaders, a small group leader that's impacted you greatly. A summer intern, whatever it might be, an adult, a trusted adult in your life, a family friend, a friend's parents, whoever it is, stop and take some time and thank them. Give them just a second of your time just to say, hey, thanks for what you've done for me, the way that you've instilled this in me. Speak that into existence. Speak that truth into their life and say, I see, I value that experience that you've given me and that value that you put in me. So thank you. Spend some time saying thank you to those who've made you who you are today.
I think that's a great challenge too. And I think oftentimes we just need to verbalize it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're like, well, I feel like I show my mom and dad.
They should know.
They should know. Or I feel like I've showed my small group leader that I care. Just say thank you. Mm-hmm. Be okay with saying, I love you to someone that you care about.
Yeah.
I think that's a great challenge. The next thing is that you don't belong to us. You don't belong to GSM. You probably rep the GSM shirt or whatever, and that's great to have belonging into a group, but to know that you belong to Jesus. That's ultimately what we need to come down to a conclusion, because guess what? I'm going to fail you. Brennan's going to fail you. Your small group leader is going to fail you. Why? Because we're human. But understand that you belong to Christ. I love this mentorship relationship that Paul and Timothy have, right? In 2 Timothy, it talks about him kind of passing on the word. And so in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1 and 2, it says, Timothy, this is Paul talking to Timothy, Timothy, my dear son, be strong through the grace that God gives you in Christ Jesus. So he talks about belongs to Christ. He has grace because of Christ Jesus. You have heard me teach things that have been confirmed by many reliable witnesses. Now teach these truths to other trustworthy people who will be able to pass them on to others.
Yeah.
It's this whole idea that Paul has passed it on to Timothy because of Christ's grace, so he can pass it on to other people and they can pass it on to other people. And so for many years, and maybe you've already heard this message before, but we talk about passing the baton, right?
Yeah, it's so important, and if you're a sports fan or not, whatever the case may be, you know the importance in a relay race of the baton. It's valuable. It's so valuable. You've seen many a race won and lost because of the baton passing. And you see it all the time where the baton gets dropped, where there's a lack of communication between two runners and they drop it and they're disqualified, or they can't pass it in a certain amount of time. And what's so important is that baton pass. And what we want to do, what we've tried to do, what GSM has done a great job of in your high school, middle school years, is equipped you to catch the baton, to teach you the things that God is trying to teach you and trying to tell you in the midst of the seasons that you're in, and to pass the baton on to you. But the job isn't done there. You're not the anchor. There are people that are coming after you. And so the next person, who is that person in your life that you're called to teach, right? You're called to then pass the baton on to that person, right? In the same way that Timothy said, or Paul said, you got witnesses. There are so many witnesses in your life. There's so many people watching and who are ready just to kind of learn from you and learn from you. And your job, you have a responsibility to teach what you've learned. The things that you've learned here, the things that you've grown in, the things that are being instilled in you, you have a responsibility to take the baton that you've grasped, that we're giving you now, and go out and pass that baton on. It's such an important responsibility because the job isn't done there. It's a discipleship method. It's a discipleship kind of how it works, right? It's passing on to the next person, the people that are coming behind you.
Right. And understand there's always going to be someone behind you, always someone in front of you. And so who is that next person that you're going to lean into, that you're going to disciple, that you're going to help along, and who has helped you in the past that has got you to where you are? And understand that the baton is the gospel, right? It's Jesus. Like, Jesus is the good news. And so that's what the baton represents, is this is what you're passing on to. What is the good news? The word that Paul passed on to Timothy, and Timothy passed it on to other reliable witnesses so they can pass it on to other people for generation to generation. So really, like I said at the very beginning, this is about us, but at the same time, it's not about us. So this message is for everyone, but ultimately it's about who Jesus is and who he's creating us to be.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah. And so kind of to wrap things up, seniors, as you guys begin to drop the mic, kiss babies, shake hands, which you can't do the last two.
Yeah,
you can't kiss babies. You can't shake hands right now during COVID. So basically, you're just dropping the mic on your senior year. Understand that we love you guys so much, that we are thankful for the way that you guys have passed the baton in many ways in our ministry. And we are looking forward to what God is going to continue to do in your lives and for the ministries to come too.
Yeah, and we challenge you to do this as we finish. Find closure where you can. I know we're in a season where there isn't a whole lot of it, right? You haven't seen the last day you could walk. And we talked all about the things that we've lost. We've already talked about some of those things, the things that we've missed in this season. But find closure where you can. Have those conversations with people that maybe you need to. Thank those people that need to be thanked. Find the ways that you can put kind of a stamp on this season of your life, of high school, looking back on the legacy that maybe you and your friends and your class and all that kind of stuff that you were putting on your school, on your community, on your youth group. And then find closure in those ways to be able to springboard into what God has next for you. We're excited about what God has next for you, but also we want you to make sure that you're finding closure now so you can jump into that as hopefully as possible. I think that's a big part of that. And so in that, we just kind of want to wrap this up and share a little bit just that we love you, we care about you, we're thinking about you, and we're praying for you always. We want to go ahead and actually give one of these batons to you as kind of a gift, a parting gift, just a reminder that we're for you, that we're passing you the baton, that we want you to continue doing the good work that God has set out in you and in your life. And so what that looks like is one of two things. You can either, we can come to you, we'd love to come to your house and just kind of a moment where we can just pray over you, hand you this baton as a senior. We'd love to do that at your house if we could do that, or if you'd rather come and set up an appointment where you can come to the church and we can meet and have some kind of a small ceremony, just a cool way of saying we're for you, we love you, and we're sending you out, commissioning you out into what's next for you. One of those two ways, we'd love to do that. So if you could just contact us and get just kind of a plan that way, we'd love to pass the baton, not just metaphorically, but actually physically.
Right. And I love the seniors that have taken this into their dorm rooms and they kind of hide it somewhere in the back of their drawer, but they know that it's back there and it's a good reminder for them, or they keep it on their dresser at home or whatever. Sometimes it's good just to have reminders of where God has taken you, so when things don't make sense, you can go back to things like this and be like, oh yeah, that time at GSM, that's when God spoke to me. That's when it all made sense. And so I think it's helpful to have tools like this in your life. And so like Brandon said, we miss you, we love you, and we're ultimately for you guys. And to know that you guys can always reach out anytime, whether you're at college or trying to take that next step or making big decisions. We'd love to walk you through some of those things too. So thank you guys so much. We do have one last thing.
Yes.
So it's exciting. I know, like Brandon said, try to find closure when you can, and we're trying to ramp up for summer. And we have some exciting news. We've been getting a lot of questions. Who are the summer staffers?
Right. Yeah.
But we decided to cancel it, so
Yeah.
we're not going to do. No, I'm just kidding. We want you guys to meet the summer staffers, and so go ahead and take a look at this video.
Hobbies or interests that I have? I like to be active, you know, be outside, go for a walk, get a good workout in, go to the beach, go on a run if I'm that motivated. You know, just staying active.
Good question. I like to play soccer. I like to grow facial hair. I like to go out with friends to restaurants or see movies. I like obliterating people in Super Smash Bros. Stuff like that.
I love shopping. I will take you shopping with me anytime. I also love Starbucks, literally just two really basic white girl things. I also love books. I love old books, and I also just love any like Christian theology commentary books. And I really like crafting, like anything crafty. I'm all over it.
I'm actually a big baseball fan. Go Cubs Go, and I like to play wiffle ball in my backyard with my family.
Really doing things that are relaxing. So, like outdoor sports I enjoy, like fishing and hunting, where you can just be out, enjoy creation, and it doesn't require a whole lot of energy. Reading the occasional book, so often. YouTube, Netflix, movies, spending time with a special someone.
Once, when I was in marching band, I played the sousaphone, which is a large tuba, and in one of our songs, a trumpet player ran into my bell and I knocked him over. It was pretty funny.
Fun fact. I am actually color deficient, which is not the same thing as colorblind. Colorblind people can't see colors at all, but I mix up colors like blue and purple or red and green.
Probably that I'm left-handed. Not many people know that. That's pretty fun, I guess, especially when I have to write something in a spiral-bound notebook or use scissors for anything. Elementary school was a really difficult time for me.
A fun fact about me, I have 4 tattoos. The 5th one is coming soon.
I love baking. Not necessarily cookies, but I like baking bread. I like making pizza. I like making my own pasta. I just like working with flour and yeasty stuff, so yeah.
My biggest fear is fear itself. And stink bugs.
Most definitely spiders. 100%.
Nothing. The Hulk, Jason Bourne, Jack Bauer, God, Black Widow, and spiders.
How long am I gonna grow this beard? It's a good question. As long as it takes. As long as it takes.
I've been hunted like a bird by those who are my enemies without cause. This is the truth.
Now, John 19:30 said that the Lord said, "It is finished." Now, he didn't say it was finished. Now, he didn't say it's gonna be finished. He said it is finished. Can I get an amen?
Yes,
Can I get an amen?
Yes, I receive it. So when you have lactose in the cell, you know you have allolactose, which binds to the repressor. Therefore, transcription can happen.
Do I think I'll be a good intern? Well, what does that tell you? No. You know what? This interview's over. I've got to get to Grable. I can't wait any longer.
Hey guys, Becca here. I just wanted to say that I'm so excited to see everyone and to meet all of the new faces. And even though this summer is going to look a little differently than we all anticipated, I know that God has amazing things in store and it's going to be a blast no matter what. And I cannot wait to see everyone. See you guys soon.
What's up, guys? Hey, you just met these lovely folks, and now we're coming to you live from the basement, and we're gonna play a little game with them to see if they know some what's behind the mask trivia. This game is called What is Behind the Mask? Here's what's gonna happen. Guys versus girls, classic clash of the sexes. We're gonna see who knows what's behind the mask best. So what's gonna happen is this. There's gonna be a picture on the screen. It'll be a face or some sort of image. What's going to happen is we're going to go back and forth, guys and girls. Girls are going to go and they're going to say there's going to be three options of what is behind the mask. It could be what face are they making. It could be what condiments are on the hot dog. Whatever it is, we're going to kind of see what's behind the mask. And we're going to go back and forth. Guys are going to do one. Girls are going to do one. At the end of 4 each, we're going to see who's the winner. Who knows best what's behind the mask. If there's a tie, we'll have a tiebreaker. You guys know what's going on? You guys understand the game?
Yes.
Let's go. All right. Let's see an example to start with. So this would be an example question. So if you look on the screen, what type of mouth does this emoji have behind the mask? If I were to say, okay, it's the girls' turn to answer, the girls would confer with each other, and they would come up with an answer that said,
C, no mouth.
they think no mouth is on the screen. And it would be correct. They would get it right. They have never looked at these before. It's totally a guess. Somehow they got the first one right. We'll see how many they get right after that. So that would be the example. Guys, you would be down 1-0. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
You'd be losing at this point. All right, good. So we're gonna start with we'll start with the ladies. Ladies first. They got a lucky guess out of the way. They got their quick one out of the way. So we'll go now to first question. That's going to the ladies.
Oh no.
What is the status of Chris Pratt's mouth behind the mask? In other words, what face is Chris Pratt making? Closed, open, or open with tongue out? What do you think, ladies?
See, his eyes are so serious. I feel like it's not open or like the tongue out. I feel like closed, right? What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
A.
We're going with A. Closed. Final
Closed.
answer. Let's see. Chris Pratt has a closed mouth.
Wow.
Okay. I promise they haven't seen the answers. I promise they really haven't. All right, we're going to the guys. We need to get the guys on this game here. Which Chris will you find behind this mask? The hat is added to make it a little tougher. Hopefully you know your Chris's. Is it Chris Evans? Is it Chris Hemsworth? Or is it Chris Pine? That's the added struggle of the game. You can't see the screen. That's part of the game here. Which Chris is behind the mask? Scotty?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Is it Chris Pine? It is.
Hey.
Hey. 1-1. Scott A. 1-1. 1 point girls, 1 point boys. Back to the girls. Ping pong, back to the girls. What will we find Kanye doing behind the mask? Again, another face. You guys know faces really well. Look at the eyes. Do whatever magic you do. What face is he making?
What is smiling?
This is not Jeopardy, so you don't have to say what it is. We're going to go smiling, final answer. Oh!
Kanye doesn't
He didn't look at the eyes. He didn't look at the eyes. He's straight face. Kanye.
You're right.
All right, guys, you got a chance to take the lead here. It's 1-1 still. Guys, question. Next question is this. Oh, we got Lady Gaga now. What will we find Lady Gaga doing behind this mask? Look at the eyes. Take a look.
All right.
What is she doing? Is she puckering?
Pucker.
Weird. Is she gasping or is she smirking? What is the correct answer, boys? Someone answer for us.
That's either puckering or gasping.
I don't think
gasping.
I don't think it looks like a gasp.
Scotty is against gasp.
Oh no.
Look at, she doesn't look surprised. She's not she can't be gasping. She just looks concerned. I think it's puckering.
Concerned is not on there. That's not what it is.
That's not.
What do we think?
We're going with concerned puckering.
Concerned puckering, which is partially A. We're gonna go with A.
Partially.
Oh!
Yeah, okay.
Just about as good as I thought it would look.
Fine.
All right,
That
love
is
that.
very
Lady Gaga
awesome.
puckering. Can't unsee that one. All right, girls. It is 2-1. Boys are ahead. Just a few more questions each. You got Jennifer Lawrence. What's the status of her mouth behind the mask? You did this so well the first time. Is it closed? Is it open or open with tongue out?
I definitely feel like it's open.
This is when she's saying, I want the pizza.
I feel like
Yes, so it's
open.
open.
Just open or open with tongue?
Oh, be open.
Just open, no
Yes,
tongue.
No tongue.
Important
No
caveat.
tongue.
Oh! The tongue is out. Oh, half got it, but half is wrong. So you did not get that point. It is still
Darn it.
2-1, right?
so
Yeah,
upsetting.
2-1. Guys are
Yeah.
leading in their question. They've got a chance to take a commanding lead. 2-1. Let's see here. You're not very good at facial expressions, guys, girls. What will we discover on Brad Pitt's face when we remove the mask? Is he clean shaven? Does he have a beard? Does he have a mustache? Or does he have a pimple? That's not one of the answers. But what are the three? Clean shaven, beard, mustache.
Oh man, beard man, do you have a sense?
I don't think
Beard
I can guarantee you it won't look like Connor's beard.
it showed through the mask if it were like mine.
Well,
I don't think he'd have
how this game
just
works.
a beard or just a mustache.
You can't have just both? I beg to differ.
Well,
I
you
beg to
can,
differ.
but I don't think he would.
Oh, you don't think
So
he
that's
would?
why
Understood.
That's why I think it's clean shaven. That's
Boys?
I get,
You agreeing? You're disagreeing? What are you thinking?
Clean shaven, A.
Clean shaven A, final answer? Eat your words, Connor. You can't have a mustache and no beard. So it's still 2-1. You got a chance to come back in
Okay,
it.
right.
Okay, we need this one.
Right,
Girls,
here
you
we
need
go.
it. How many teeth? Oh, jeez, this is tough. How many teeth will be missing on this kid?
Missing?
Unknown kid. Don't know who he is or her. Don't know what they are. When we remove the mask, how many teeth are not there? 1,
not
2, or
there.
4? Skip 3. Forget about 3. 1, 2, or 4.
I'm kind of feeling 2. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, he looks around 5, so I think 2, that's early when they start losing teeth. So
yeah.
2 is a good guess.
Maybe like the 2 front teeth. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, you don't have to tell me where they are. I just need to know how many.
Okay,
That's part of my guess.
Okay.
What
well,
is 2?
Still not Jeopardy, but 2 is the answer we're going with. Is it 2?
Yeah!
It is, and they're suddenly back in the game. It's 2-2. We got one more question each, I believe. So let's see, guys, you have a chance. You need this one to stay ahead. Okay, understood? Obviously, 2-2. All right, next question.
Tell me what to do.
Oh, it's a dog. Oh, it's a dog.
Oh,
Pull off the mask, and what will you find in this dog's mouth? I hope it's not a bird. Please tell me it's not a bird. A biscuit, a bird, or a pacifier? Ooh.
That's a hard one.
Ooh, what's behind the mask? What's the dog on its mouth,
There's
boys?
really no strategy to this. No, there's not.
Really? There's not ever a strategy in this game. Glad we're just now finding that out.
Biscuit is
What do we think?
the expected
Biscuit?
answer is,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's that.
Oh, logic.
I think it's pacifier too.
Yes.
Interesting. It's a risky one. It's probably.
I think it's bird, but we can vote pacifier. I want it to be bird.
I
more
don't
than
want it to
anything.
be. I want it to be
Really.
bird.
Alright, what do we got? What do we
So,
answer? Final
We're gonna go with
answer?
C, but we want it to be a bird.
Okay. So final answer is C, wishing it was B, but we're on C. Pacifier.
Ah!
The dog has a pacifier. And we've got one more question, right? One more question. So girls, you need this to keep the tie. You need this to tie. This is big. This is important, all right? What is the next question? Oh, it's the burger.
Oh,
What
my
topping
gosh.
is missing behind the mask of this deluxe cheeseburger? Now let me just explain what's happening right now. Guys are ahead, 3-2. Ladies, you need this to tie and for everyone to go home a winner. If you miss this, well, I think you know what you are. So what is not behind the mask on the cheeseburger? Is mayo out, bacon out, or onion? Do you know what is a deluxe cheeseburger for those who don't know?
I feel like there's bacon on it.
This mic isn't on, so you don't. You feel like there's bacon on a deluxe cheeseburger.
Yeah,
Anything else?
yeah.
Is mayo or onion on a deluxe cheeseburger?
I feel like onion would be, so I think it's mayo.
That make it
Yeah.
fancy?
Yeah.
So you think mayo is missing because a deluxe cheeseburger has bacon and onion, but you're not getting the game because there's always something that's behind the mask that's missing. Anyway, what's your answer?
Can we phone a friend?
Who would you phone?
Kevin.
Then no. He knows all the answers. So what is your answer? You've run out of all of your lifelines.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Mayo.
sure.
Mayo.
Mayo. What is mayo? Final answer. No, it's not mayo. It's bacon. Oh, the mayo is up top. See the white stuff? That's
Yeah,
mayo.
whatever.
And then onion is right below it, also white. Bacon.
4 on 3.
You don't see it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Love that. So guys are winners, girls.
Wow.
Girls, hey guys, thanks so much for joining us. It's been so fun. These guys are here all summer. They're super excited to meet you guys.